Every decision runs through you. Every client wants you. Every fire needs you. You built this business to give you freedom. Instead, it gave you a cage. Let's fix that. Let me ask you something. If you disappeared for 2 weeks, would your business grow or would it start to break? If you are watching this, I know who you are. You have a service business. You are doing 500,000, maybe a million, maybe 3 million in sales. On paper, you are successful. In reality, you are trapped. You have 5, 10, or 15 employees, but it feels like you have 15 children. You are working 60, 80, or 100 hours a week. You haven't taken a real vacation in years. And even when you do, you are staring at your phone, checking your messages, answering emails, and putting out fires. You feel like you stepped away for 2 weeks, it would all fall apart. And here is the worst part, your revenue hasn't moved in a year. You're working harder than ever, but the numbers aren't going up. You feel stuck. You're tired of coaching. You're tired of motivation. In this video, I'm going to show you why this is happening. It's not because aren't working hard enough. It's because your business architecture. Grab something to write with. I'm going to show you the invisible patterns that are keeping you stuck. By the end of this video, you will see your business differently. And once you see the architecture, you can't go back to not seeing it. Before we dive in, you need to know why I see things this way. My name is Greg Jones. I'm the creator of Founders Freedom, but I didn't start in business coaching. I spent over 20 years in the intelligence community. I was a specialist. I hunted nation state threat actors. I led a world-class cybersecurity research and analysis division. My job was to expose nation state hacking operations. In that world, systems are very complex. The people I was hunting are very smart. They hid their tracks. They used patterns that were invisible to most people. I had to learn to see those patterns. I had to understand how the systems were built to know how to fix it. I spent 20 years learning how to see things that are invisible to everyone inside the system. That was my job. Find the pattern no one else could see. When I left that world and started working with business owners, I saw the exact same thing. Patterns hiding in plain sight, structures that were built one way, but producing the opposite result. Nobody could see it because they were inside it every day. I didn't see bad managers. I didn't see poor marketing. I saw structural dependency patterns. I saw businesses built to fail as they grew. Most business owners try to fix this with more education. They read a book, they go to a seminar, but education doesn't fix a broken system. Architecture does. I don't coach people. I find the pattern. I design the fix and I help you put it to work in your business. It's all about installing the right architecture. Installation, not education. That is the shift we are going to make today. Let's talk about why you are working 80 hours a week. It has a name. I call it the reactive architecture trap. Your business was designed to depend on you by default. Think back to when you started. You were doing 200,000 a year. It was just you being the everything person. That was smart back then. But when you grew, you hired people. The business grew, but the architecture didn't. You kept making every decision. Every time a problem came up, you fixed it. You didn't realize it, but you were training your team. You were training them to be helpless. You think you need better people. You don't. You trained your current people to need you. And now you're paying for that training every day. Your business isn't complex. It got dependent, not because the work is hard, because the design never changed. There are 4 ways this shows up. First, decisions. Second is in knowledge. Third is in relationships. And fourth is in execution. You don't need all four to be trapped. One is enough. The results you're getting are exactly what you designed to produce. If you designed a car to go 40 miles an hour, it wouldn't go 100. Your business is currently designed to produce 80-hour work weeks. It is designed to stop growing when you run out of energy. Your business hasn't hit a marketing ceiling. It hit a you ceiling, not because you're not capable, because the system requires you. Sit with that for a moment. By the way, if this is hitting home and you want to go deeper right now, I have a free training that walks you through all of this. Link is in the description. But stay with me because what I'm getting ready to show you next is the part that nobody tells you about. You think your time problem and your growth problem are different. They're not. They're the same problem. To see this, we use a tool called the Founder Dependency Map. It makes the invisible visible. Let me tell you about a founder I worked with. Let's call him Mark. Mark had a business doing $1.4 million. He was working 70 hours a week. Revenue had been flat for 18 months. He spent over $40,000 on coaching and consultants. Nothing worked. Then we mapped his business. We found 18 steps to deliver his service. His name was on 13 of them. Let me say that again, 13 of the 18 steps. That is not a team problem. That is a design problem. Only 4 of those steps actually needed him. He was the most expensive employee in a company doing the cheapest work. Sit with that number for a second. Sit with that concept for a moment. Because he was in 13 steps, he was the bottleneck. The dependency trapping his time was the same bottleneck capping his revenue. It was the same architecture, not 2 problems, 1 problem. In Mark's case, that bottleneck was costing him almost $1 million a year. Sit with that number. We started the installation. In 30 days, his team was making decisions without him. In 60 days, his clients said the communication was better. Mark wasn't even the one talking to them anymore. The system was. In 90 days, he passed the 48-hour absent test. He turned off his phone for 2 whole days. And guess what? Nothing broke. Revenue actually went up. He was down to 42 hours a week. His run rate jumped to $2.1 million. That's a 50% increase in 90 days. Same business, same team, same market, but different architecture. His wife noticed before he told her anything, he had changed. He was home for dinner. He was present. His daughter asked him to coach her soccer team. And for the first time, he said yes. More money, more time. It's not a trade off, it's an architecture. Fix the architecture and both unlock. If you want to see how this maps to your business specifically, the free training at foundersfreedom.io/training breaks it all down. But first, let me show you how we actually fix this. We use a 3-step process: diagnose, design, deploy. First, we diagnose the dependency. We find exactly where you are hidden in the business. We then use AI as an accelerator here. We don't use AI the way most people do. We don't use it to write emails. We use it to map the decisions in your head and turn them into systems your team can then run. Then we diagnose the replacement architecture. We build a system that can actually make those decisions without you. Finally, we deploy the fix. We call this the weekend installation method. Education gives you a framework and sends you on your way home. Installation builds the fix directly into your business. You've been solving the wrong problem for years. Every book, every coach, every hire, wrong problem. The problem was never effort, it was design. I want you to think about the 48-hour absence test. If you turned off your phone right now and you didn't turn it back on for 2 days, what would happen? If the answer is it would all fall apart, you have a dependency problem. Your business doesn't run on systems. It runs on your stamina, but it's fixable. The architecture that got you here is what's going to keep you here. You have to move from being the operator to being the architect. Most founders never redesign their architecture. They just work harder inside the one they have. They think if they run faster, the cage will disappear. It won't. You have to stop running and look at the bars. Once you see the architecture, you can't go back to not seeing it. You realize that your team isn't helpless. They were trained to be helpless. A good result your team can repeat without you is worth more than a perfect result that only works when you do it. If you see yourself in what I just described, don't ignore it because now you know. And once you know, staying stuck is a choice because this doesn't fix itself, it compounds. I have a free training that goes deeper into all of this. I walk you through the whole thing. Link in the description below. Or go to foundersfreedom.io/training. It's free. Go watch it. Do it while you still have the energy to fix the design. Now, most founders hear this, and the first instinct is to write more rules, write manuals, and the team will go figure it out. I'm telling you right now that this instinct is a trap. In the next video, I'm going to show you why I call it the SOP lie. I'm going to show you why traditional documentation and processes won't scale your business. SOPs don't remove the bottleneck, they organize it. And if you believe SOPs fix this, you're about to see why they won't. I'll see you there. See you in the next video. Thank you. And again, I'm Greg Jones.